Hey guys, welcome back to Graded Cards Collector. It's John here, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about 7 different cards and kind of the price and value of them raw, as well as graded PSA 10s. And the prices are going to range from $2 to $750. So this is a great video, whether you're beginning, intermediate, or like maybe some higher end stuff. So the first card I'm going to start with is Tyler Hero Optic. So it's in 2019 Optic, card number 172, Tyler Hero rated rookie. Now this card raw can be anywhere $10 to $15. If you can find it cheaper, I would definitely pick these up. If you could buy them at $10 in quantity, I would buy as many as I could find. So in general, it's $10 to $15. You might be able to find it a bit more, a bit less on eBay, Facebook. Cardstock seems to be a little more expensive, but those are good options. This card graded PSA 10 can bring you upwards of $150 or $170. So depending on where you bought in on the card, we're talking, a 10 times multiplier. So like I said, if you can get these for $10, $15, anywhere around there, I would definitely invest in them. There's a real good chance. With Optic cards and any cards with borders, one of the easiest things to do is visually take a look for the centering. Yes, you're not going to be able to necessarily measure it, but just a quick look at this one, you can kind of tell, especially left to right, it's fairly centered. Some of them are off significantly, so you'll know probably to pass on those ones if you're looking to get it graded. So first card, Tyler Hero. All the players I'm going to go through today you've heard of. The rookies, we're going to have guys going from 2018 to 2019. I actually have one 2017 in here. So they're all rookies. You've all heard of them. Nothing's going to surprise you, but there is still good investment opportunities. Next is a 2018 Panini Prism, Jaren Jackson Jr. So, with Jaren Jackson Jr., I recommend picking them up if you can get them around the $15, $20 maximum range. He is already injury prone. A lot of people like him. He still has a lot of hype around him. So if you can get it for 10 or 15 under $20 and it looks like it's in great shape, I would buy in. Graded PSA 10, these are still going, upwards of $150 to $180. So there's still quite a bit of money to be made with Jaren Jackson Jr. I would not buy in on his high end. I've graded some of his cards. I have, his silver and his red, white, and blue on PSA 10. I would not be buying in at that price because we have to see how he's going to fit in when he does play and see how he does. To me, Jaren Jackson Jr. is still living off the hype of before the season. So it's time to cash in. So I would buy low, try to grade quickly, and then sell right away. Different card, different make. This is 2018, Deandre Ayton, and this is Donrus. The reason I'm showing this exact card is this is $2 to $7. There was actually some on eBay selling for under $2. But you can buy, in lots, get them for about $5 each. I think I saw a few lots of 5 for about $20, $22. So this is a real cheap buy-in. It's 2018 Donrus. You know, it's card number 157, rated rookie. A lot of people believe in Deandre Ayton. I know his last game, he had a nice double-double. He can score pretty good. There is some drawbacks, you know, depends on, you know, the market doesn't always like the big men. So he's a center, he's, 7'1", but he can score and obviously he can rebound really well too. Phoenix is still a team up and coming. They have multiple stars on their team now. So Deandre Ayton, if I can find these for $2, I'll buy all of them. I'd buy 10, 20, I'd buy 50 at $2 each. And just before I made this video, I was looking on eBay. And like I said, there were a lot of lots out there averaging under $7. Most of them under $5 a card. So this is 2018 Panini Donrus Deandre Ayton. So a PSA 10 will sell around $50. So when it comes to cards like this, it all really depends on how much you're paying for grading and how long it's going to take to get back to you. You know, if you can pay $2 and then pay $15 to get it graded, to get $50, that's still a good deal. Or you could hold and hope he keeps playing well. These could go up in price. The big thing is we're talking 2018 Donrus. The buy-in is $2 to $7. So it's not too bad if you want to hold it for a bit or send it for grading, knowing that it's going to take, 3 months, give or take, depending on who you're sending through. And there's a almost guaranteed chance you can make your $2 back from this card. Next, Jason Tatum. Everybody knows Jason Tatum. Everybody knows Boston. They had very high expectations last season. I would say they're almost as high this year, but the play of the Nets are kind of showing that they're going to be the contenders from the East. But Jason Tatum, Optic, this is 2017, card number 198. Again, I'm not going to be the first guy to tell you Jason Tatum's a star. I'm not going to be the first guy to suggest investing in him. But if you're going to buy in, you want to be buying in now or, unfortunately already have bought in. So his base Optic in good shape is around $50 raw. They're not rare. The pop report is growing every day for Jason Tatum. But he's on Boston. They're still contenders. He's still a big name. This is still a card I would suggest looking into and trying to get. PSA 10 can go upwards of $300. So 50 to 300, about a 6x multiplier. But with Optic, there's a lot of centering issues, a lot of surface issues, and I don't see too much problems with edges or corners, but a lot of surface scratches and a lot of centering. So same thing, just to start your very first look, should be left to right, looking at the widths of the borders. And then when you look top to bottom, it's kind of good if you can find a few examples of PSA 10s and see how those look. The problem with PSAs, they do accept, the 50-50 to 60-40 centering. So it could be off-centered and still get a 10. And you might not want to gauge your base card versus one PSA 10. I would recommend finding 3 or 4 PSA 10s and taking a look at them. Also check the back for centering, especially left to right, top to bottom. But look at the guidelines of the third-party grading service you're using. For a PSA 10 on the back centering, PSA is extremely lenient. I believe it's 75-25 centering on the back. They are extremely front-focused grading, so that's where you need to concentrate the most as well. Okay, we have 3 cards left. I'm going to switch sports here to golf. 2001 Upper Deck Tiger Woods. Card number 1. This card took off probably 4 to 6 months ago, and now has just been hitting insane heights. I believe 6 months ago, PSA 10 was around $300, and it was a really hot card. Everyone was buying them up. Now the PSA 10, you're looking at the $700 to $750. Now this card raw, it is actually very readily available. I would say the average price is going to be around $45 to $50 raw, but you will still find people selling them for $25 or $30. If you can find this under $40 raw, obviously in good shape, I would buy them all up. Tiger Woods, regardless of his personal life, this is one of the top athletes of a sport, of any athlete in any sport. His domination from when he started, those first 10 years, it was just unmatched. And basically no athletes come really close to how dominating he was. He had a few injuries, lots of personal issues, kind of slow-tracked his career. Won the Masters again not too long ago. So this is probably one of the top 4 Tiger Woods rookie cards, and definitely the most available of those 4. So like I said, raw around $45, $50, but can be found for $25 to $30. And PSA 10, $700, $750. Now PSA is very tough on grading this card. And if you look at the bottom here, it's a golf score sheet. A lot of them, you'll see this bottom row that's empty. You'll see large gaps in there, and as well as very small gaps. That's how you can tell your top to bottom centering on this particular card. Again, I would suggest looking at probably, 5 to 10 PSA 10s, maybe more, and really take a look at that bottom row and the thickness of it. You'll see some are probably half or less this thickness, and you'll see some that are almost double that. 2 cards left. If you're collecting basketball, whether this is your first year or you've been following it for 30 years, you've probably heard of Zion. I'm going to talk about Mosaic and again, Donrus. Yes, his prism's more valuable. PSA 10's $1,000. You're not going to find too many mint condition prism cards raw for an affordable price. Everybody wants to send it graded. Everybody wants the $1,000 PSA 10. Let's start with Mosaic. So 2019 Mosaic, card number 209. And it's Zion. Zion had all the hype before last season. Zion still has the hype this season. These go up and down. When people believe more in him, they're closer to $50. When people start calling him a bust, they drop down to $25. A good price range is the $30 to $40 raw. And the benefit is the PSA 10 can be $200 to $225. So depending on where you bought in, you're looking at a 5 to maybe 7 times multiplier. If you're looking to grade it, then sell it. Mosaic is terrible for surface between scratches, dimples, just straight up dents in the cards right out of boxes, as well as centering. I've seen some where the card is cut almost in half. It's about 1/3 is a different player, and then his arm here would be right against this edge. But the biggest thing to look for is surface, especially little small dimple marks in there, as well as obviously, since it's a chrome card, it's going to have scratches or could have scratches. So this is 2019 Mosaic, card number 209. There's a variant of this. He has a red jersey, as well as there's an NBA debut card as well. Next, a little more budget friendly, is 2019 Donrus base card, Zion Williamson. Card number 201. And these are, $20 to $25. Again, you might be able to find someone selling it for a little bit less, but around that $20 range, if you get a good centered card, is a nice buy-in. So with the Donrus, the PSA 10 can be anywhere from about 150 to 175. So you're looking at about a 7 times multiplier as well. So there's still a lot of money to be made if you're getting cards graded. You don't have to just try to buy the Zion Prism, because the Zion Prism, some people are going to ask 200, 300. Some people ask 400. And if you're looking to maybe get $1,000, you might be looking at a 2-3 times multiplier. Whereas if you invested that amount of money into the Mosaic or these Donrus, you might be looking at a 5 to 7 times multiplier. So this one, 2019 Donrus, card number 201. Centering is very easy to tell generally just by looking at it. Look at it left to right on the front and the back. So for example here, this border compared to this one's definitely thicker. Hopefully you guys can see that with the camera. There's no question this side is thicker than this side. And then when you turn it around, this is the side that had the thicker one on front. It's thicker on the back than this one as well. You can also look top to bottom. On this one, the top is a little bit thicker than the bottom. So that will help give you an idea of one of the things they look for at grading, if this has a chance at a PSA 10 or if it's a PSA 9. Now, when it comes to, the Mosaic, the Donrus, the Tatum, even this Tiger Woods, yes, we want the PSA 10s to get a 7, a 10, a 15 times multiplier. But a lot of these, a PSA 9 might still double, triple your money. So don't think it has to be absolutely perfect to send for grading, but you are going to want to be looking at the centering, the surface, the edges, and the corners. Ideally, for anything modern or ultra modern, like you don't want PSA 8s or below, anything like that. You're kind of aiming for a PSA 9 or a PSA 10. If you send to SGC or to Beckett, same thing. You'd be looking for a 9, 9.5, or a 10. So 7 cards we reviewed today were 2019 Mosaic Zion, 2019 Donrus Zion, 2017 Tatum Optic, 2001 Upper Deck Golf, Tiger Woods, 2018 Prism, Jaren Jackson Jr., 2019 Optic, Tyler Hero, and our 2018 Donrus Deandre Ayton. I'll also be doing some videos with higher end cards like 2018 Luka Doncic. I'll also be showing some cards that some of us might have forgot we should be collecting. Everyone knows Steph Curry's rookie year is also this Topps, but so is James Harden. We also have lots of cards like Trae Young. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Tell me what you guys think. I tried to pick some players everyone's heard of to more or less not just be another channel that's going to say, hey, here's your top 10 rookies, and then a week later give you another top 10 rookies, and then 2 days later 5 top rookies, so that within a month I've named about 50 rookies, and it's like, yeah, there's a good chance out of those 50 people, some of them will be good investments. I tried to pick players that we've all heard of: Tyler Hero, Jason Tatum, Zion Williamson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Deandre Ayton, Tiger Woods. Pick some players you've heard of that you can trust the market is going to have value for them. Ideally, the lower you can pay for the better condition, the better. If you guys have any questions or suggestions or different ideas with some of these players, let me know.